Hi, guys. Thanks for stopping by. And if you're subscribed already, thank you. And if you're not, I hope you'll subscribe and tell all your friends as well. That's how I get to keep doing this. The more viewers I have, the more I get to keep doing this. I want to amplify something that one of the Democratic organizations are putting out on Twitter and elsewhere that I think is important. Uh, we have gotten too far into this thing where we don't take Trump at his words or we think it's hyperbole. I think it's from all these years of people who were grifting and making money off of pretend fighting Trump or, defending Merrick Garland or, the clever tweets. Everybody had this agenda and we thought that they were our friends, but they made light of things. They told us not to worry. They told us that we were being silly. And so they sort of lulled us into this false sense of security. We now know that not only did Trump mean everything that he said, he was hiding most of the worst of what he and Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin were going to do. And the people who are suffering the most from this are the people of Ukraine. So in the past few days, Trump and his administration, they have falsely called Zelenskyy a dictator, falsely claimed Ukraine started the war with Russia, falsely claimed the threat in Europe is not Russia, and said that he doesn't care if he's handing Russia a win. This was always the agenda. This was why Putin cheated for Trump in 2016 and 2015. This was always the plan. And he cheated for him in 2020, but because of the pandemic and mail-in paper ballots, it made it harder. And they failed that time. But they got him over the finish line this last time with the help of Elon Musk, obviously, and they got something from it. But this was the only way that Trump could stay out of prison. And Trump has no morals, no sense of patriotism, no backbone. He is a traitor, a criminal, a convicted felon, a rapist, a pig, a con man, a fraudster, a cheater, a liar, and a money launderer. And he doesn't care. And the reason he spent about $10 million so far, he's been in office, less than a month, but he spent about $10 million so far golfing, is because he doesn't care. That's his job. Elon Musk is in charge, and Vladimir Putin. And Trump is just the figurehead, and he doesn't care. And it's time we accept that. Never, ever, ever tell people who are following this, like I am, and others, that this is hyperbole, that we're nuts, that we're just panicking over nothing. That kind of BS is what got us here. So I beg of you to listen to the people who are doing the work, the people who are paying attention, the people who are trying to at least share information as we get it. And as I've said before, I guess it's up to you to decide how you're going to deal with the MAGA in your life. But this isn't just about politics. And you do have to, it's legitimate that we have some gripes about our institutions and media and the Democratic leadership, big ones, which I've talked about and I've written about. And, I'm no stranger to, being pretty direct about that. However, you at home, what you're doing in your own communities, that really is all we have. And this is where Nazi Germany was with the civilians, people looking the other way or thinking somebody else would take care of it, or saying, well, that's just politics. So we've just agreed not to talk about politics in our social circle as we walk by the camps and the concentration camps with the smell of burning flesh. And that actually is what was happening. I think that we're at a point now where if you're pretending that you can separate yourself from this, that there's politics and then there's your real life, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. Listen to what Trump is saying. Now, you all know the types of stuff that he's been saying for the past few years. Well, now that he's unfettered and he doesn't care and he's taking orders from someone else. Here's what he put out. His statement. Think of it. A modestly successful comedian, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, a modestly successful comedian. Trump, who was propped up by Jeff Zucker with The Apprentice. When Jeff Zucker later ran CNN, he greenlit The Apprentice for Trump when he was head of entertainment at NBC. And then Trump helped get him the CNN job. So talk about a cheap showbiz move. That's Trump. Reality show star. So Zelenskyy talked the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go to a war that couldn't be won, that never had to start, but a war that he, without the US and Trump, will never be able to settle. Uh, Ukraine was attacked and invaded by Putin. Putin started the war. And everybody, including Putin, thought that he had this thing won and that Zelenskyy would probably be dead. President Zelenskyy would be dead within 24 hours. Instead, they fought back. And they did a great job with PR and communications. And the world was watching, and the world was cheering, and the free world supported Ukraine against Putin, which is the only reason several years later Zelenskyy is alive and well and leading. Well, I don't know about well because of what's happening now, but he got the world behind him. And Putin was losing until Trump. Trump is the only reason why Putin is winning now, because Putin owns Trump and now apparently owns the United States. So Trump is claiming that there's no chance for Ukraine. Okay. Well, not now, not with him, unfortunately. The United States has spent $200 billion more than Europe, and Europe's money is guaranteed, while the United States will get nothing back. What the hell? We don't defend people. We don't defend countries being attacked because there's something in it for us. We have been the leaders of the free world, have been spreading democracy, protecting those forever. That's what we're about. So this is why Trump is over there saying, well, we want, 50% of the goodies in the ground, the minerals in the ground, Ukraine. I mean, what is this, extortion? So then he says, why didn't Sleepy Joe demand equalization? In that this war is far more important to Europe than it is to us. We have a big, beautiful ocean of separation. Holy, are you kidding me? There's like 10 miles between our country and Russia in Alaska. Yes, I'm thinking of Sarah Palin. Actually, it wasn't Sarah Palin. It was a character of Sarah Palin, a caricature. But yeah, we can see Russia from our house. So he's blaming this on on Sleepy Joe, right? And because we have this big, beautiful ocean. On top of this, Zelenskyy admits that half of the money we sent to him is missing. He refuses to have elections. This is just all a lie, people. This is a lie, and people are going to die. People are going to be slaughtered because of Trump. He doesn't care. It's what he wants. He's doing this for Putin. He refuses to have elections. Money's missing. No, it's not. There's no money missing. Is very low in Ukrainian polls. No, actually, he's above 50%. He's like at 56%. Zelenskyy is, which is higher than Trump has ever been. Trump is just making up numbers. He's just making it up. He knows that people like me know he's lying. But you know what? It's the stupid MAGA that will just believe him. And the Republicans in Congress will repeat these lies. Yeah, it is up to you in your own personal life to correct this with the MAGA in your life, should you choose to still have them in your life, or if it's unavoidable. A dictator without elections. This is what Trump is trying to be. This is what he does. He takes these things that are true about him and true about Putin and just flips it around and makes the claim about somebody else. And our media is still doing the he said. They're just reporting what he says, not if what he says is true or not. And you know the saying as a reporter, if one person says it's raining outside and the other person says it's sunny outside, it's not your job to report what they say. It's your job to look out the freaking window and tell us if it's raining or sunshine. Tell the truth. Our reporters, our journalists are not doing that. And I don't expect them to. A dictator without elections. Zelenskyy better move fast or he is not going to have a country left. That is a threat. That is a threat. This is what he intends to do. In fact, it's not even like he wants him to move fast and then he can keep his country. Trump intends to work with Putin to destroy and decimate Ukraine, kill Zelenskyy, and give Ukraine to Russia, but take a few parts for himself and divide some of the goodies up with some of the oligarchs. In the meantime, we are successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia. Something I'll admit only Trump and the Trump administration can do. It is appeasement. It is a surrender. It is a slaughter. And Trump is endorsing this and helping it. And anybody that supports Trump and this measure is responsible for supporting the slaughter and the destruction of Ukraine. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelensky probably wants to keep the gravy train going. I love Ukraine, but Zelensky has done a terrible job. His country is shattered, and millions of have unnecessarily died, and so it continues. All of this is a lie. It is shocking that an American president would do this. It is shocking that an American president is in bed with Vladimir Putin, with Russia, and not only is selling out Ukraine and countries, democracies that Russia has attacked, but they're selling out us. We, American people, are being chopped up, divided up with the oligarchs, China, and Putin. There's no audit going on, folks. That's not what Elon Musk is doing. If he was doing an audit, he'd do it out in the open. He'd report back to Congress. He has not found billions in waste, fraud, and abuse. He's adding some zeros to some things, as we now know. And some of it's just they don't know what they're doing. And a lot of it is just him being a liar and a fraud and a cheat and a thief and a traitor. We've been hacked. They had private militia, Eric Prince's Blackwater militia, physically barring members of Congress from entering the federal agency buildings over which Congress has constitutional oversight and budget authority. This is not okay. I can't believe that Democrats are taking this lying down. Now, some of them aren't the ones that are out there, like Elizabeth Warren, they're showing up. I'm talking about the leadership that still is not talking to us on a daily basis, that still doesn't get somebody in front of a camera every single damn day to inform us of this stuff, because our media isn't. Most of it's in the dark of night. We're in trouble, and it's Democrats that are now aiding and abetting this with their deer in the headlights caught. They don't know what they're doing. We have known what Trump was. We need a shadow government, a shadow cabinet, and first and foremost, we need a daily press briefing in the Capitol by someone who knows how to do this. I've suggested Pete Buttigieg, as you know. There are others who could do it. Before he can get on a plane, just have somebody doing it. I've had other videos where I've laid out how this can be done. It actually really is doable. We could get it done in a matter of days, get it started. The pieces are all in place. 3 people have to decide: Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and Mayor Pete. And if not Mayor Pete, then someone else who's almost as good. But you know what? We need him now. But he's not commenting on this because he's probably waiting for the phone call from Schumer, Jeffries, or the 2 of them. As far as I know, it hasn't happened. I think there's a memo somewhere in a 3-point plan or 5-point or 10-point plan. That's not cracking it. That's not cutting it. I don't want notes on a piece of paper. I want smart people, patriots, and people that aren't afraid to act to do this. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. Trump's statement on Ukraine, coming right out and admitting that he's in bed with Russia, which we've known. Robert Mueller testified, the Mueller report, we knew it. Senate GOP-led committee report, intelligence committee report told us. We've known this. Hillary Clinton knew it, and she said it on the debate stage to Trump in 2016. We got to stop caring that his MAGA asshat followers believe him. Eventually, they'll figure it out. But if you still have them in your life, I hope you'll do your part. Meanwhile, I'm disappointed in the Democratic leadership that they can't seem to get their act together. This statement by Trump isn't revealing something that most of us didn't know. The fact that he's so confident now in his open, blatant, enthusiastic support of Russia, invading other countries, attacking them. I mean, I don't have words for this. It means that everything that all of us have been telling you, remember the other side, they're going, Russia, 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 the Russian hoax. Well, we know now it's not a hoax. I mean, most of us, like I have always known that, but maybe now others who are on the fence understand. I don't know if we can save this, but every day we go by where the opposition party does nothing is appeasement.